Hey guys, so today we're interviewing alumni who are currently in university or in their careers. Today we have a student who's in their fourth year who's studying life sciences. If you're interested in that type of topic, you want to stick around and check it out. Hi Gina, how are you?
Good, hi, how are you?
Good. Would you like to formally introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi everyone, my name is Jina. I'm a fourth year life sciences student at University of Toronto, and I am majoring in neuroscience and I'm minoring in immunology and physiology.
So you did most of your university degree in person on campus, and then now your fourth year is during the COVID era. So how has that been?
Honestly, the actual lectures themselves have been okay because it's just, the professor's talking to you off of the screen and stuff. I think the hardest part was just not having all the fun stuff of university, because really the best part about university is, seeing your friends every day and, walking to class together, going to libraries together, things like that. But all of the fun stuff has been cut out. So now it's all the boring stuff. So that's been a little bit hard. I think the one thing that has kind of sucked the most is I don't get any lab opportunities, because I've had a few lab courses this year. And everything has to be moved to online, right? So I've just been doing all my labs online, which is not fun.
Yeah, no, it sounds awful. I also wanted to ask your fourth year, your mindset must be so different from first year. As a fourth year, how has your mindset changed throughout university?
I think in first year, I was very much academically focused. I was I have to get good grade, I have to go to all my classes and do the best that I can academically, which is still important, obviously. But I think as I've aged, fermented. It's just been more, I've been thinking more broadly, after university, what I'm going to do, what is more important, for my future, sort of, and what am I going to do with my academics rather than I just need to study. And I think that just comes with, as you progress through university, yeah.
Was there something that you experienced that made you, have this change in mindset where you just, your report, you got your marks back and it just, at one day, it just didn't matter anymore? What happened?
They still matter, but I think it's just, maybe I think I got used to it over time, the amount of study that I need to do, and I got used to the system, because really in first year, it was overwhelming, honestly. Coming from high school, the amount of stuff that I needed to adjust to, I had to get used to doing 5 courses instead of, 4. And I had to, do all of these readings, and I had to stay up on top of all of the quizzes and assignments that are every week. And I had to, even the small stuff, getting used to the website that the profs post on, or getting used to how to write notes, and all these little things that were in total overwhelming. And as I got to the second year, third year, and fourth year, all those things are now everyday things for me, right? So it's just been easier for me to think about other things, I think.
You get so used to kind of what used to be overwhelming that it becomes normal.
Yeah.
And then now you're not so stressed about what's normal anymore. You kind of can focus your thoughts on whatever else, right?
Yeah.
How come you went to U of T? So I think a lot of the thought process is whether to go home or away. So how was your experience?
I've really enjoyed U of T, and coming into U of T, there's been a lot of I wouldn't say rumors, because they're sort of true about how you.
Yeah. So what were the rumors that you heard before you went in? I love the rumors. You gotta let me know.
Yeah. No. Just whenever anyone says U of T, it's just there's a stigma of how competitive it is, and how you won't get a high GPA, and
they weed you out.
Yeah, and honestly speaking, they are kind of true, and it is really competitive. And there's just a lot of students. There's not a lot of, student to prof ratio. There's not going to be someone holding your hand, which is the case in other universities as well.
Right.
But I think it is tough to get a high GPA as a life science student.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I think if I were to give advice, it depends on what you want to do after
Okay.
university. That I would suggest whether to go to U of T or not. Because if you're looking for that really, really high GPA in undergrad, then maybe U of T is not, the best choice.
So you're confirming the rumors.
In a little sense, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But I really did love U of T. I loved how it was smack dab in the middle of downtown Toronto. You could walk to the Eaton Center. You could go walk to the Lakeshore or CN Tower. All these things were so close by. And I just loved being, within the bustle and hustle bustle of the city.
Right.
But not that I got to really enjoy those things much. No, but yeah.
Now in fourth year, when you care less, then you start enjoying the joys of U of T, right?
Exactly, and now I'm at home in lockdown, so the best of both worlds for me.
So all the students who are considering U of T, if you don't care about your future and your marks, go to U of T. If you care about the vibes, go to U of T. But if you want anything else, don't go there.
That is not what I'm saying. U of T is great. I love U of T.
So, I guess what's the counter kind of argument? You got to defend your school, right? So, yes, it's hard to get GPAs or it's hard to get high marks. What's the upside in terms of program?
I think I can't really speak for other universities. I haven't done undergrad there, obviously, but because U of T is so within, there's 5 hospitals around U of T, in walking distance almost.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because of that, but there are so many opportunities near U of T. If you look for them, there's endless possibilities.
Right.
If you go out and search for opportunities, really they're endless. If you want to do this specific lab work, then you can go find that, and there's so many different professors there, so many people just doing that similar work. You really do whatever you wanted to do, and I think in that way, there's so many opportunities at U of T. It just depends on whether you want to go find them or not.
Right. That's I've never heard that before, but that makes so much sense because just even down on Queen Street, there's 5 hospitals, right? All connected. There's so many labs. U of T is probably the most well-funded school. Yeah, if you are looking for positions, there must be tons that are available. So
yeah, and I'm not saying it's easy to find these opportunities for yourself. There's going to be, 10 other people, 100 other people who are looking for that same position. But if you knock on enough doors and if you go out and go talk to enough people, there will be someone who's willing to take you in. And I know that sounds so cliche or whatever, and so many people are going to say the exact same thing as I do. But honestly, it's true. It's just how many times are you going to go out and look for it for yourself? So you got to send out all those applications and you got to, send those emails and all those things. It's just how much do you look for it is how much you're going to get.
This is kind of a topic where whenever I bring up kind of life sciences, the first thought that comes to my head is there must be tons of pre-med students. And for people who don't know what pre-med is people who, just going into university, they know that they want to be doctors, right? And I think one time I was in a chemistry class and the prof asked, okay, how many of you guys want to be doctors? And I swear to God, 95% of the class raised their hand. So is that kind of the same experience now?
I think, in first year, it was definitely, honestly, most of the people wanted to go into medicine.
Yeah.
I think as you get into upper years, more and more people are wait, medicine is not for me, or I have a passion in a different way, or a lot of students are getting pressured from parents or other sources to go into medicine. And so I think as you progress through university, there's less and less, but there's still a lot.
Yeah. I guess I don't know if you would quote unquote classify yourself as pre-med, but I'm sure you were on that journey for a bit. is it as fierce and competitive as people think it is? Like, is it cutthroat? Like, what do you think? Like, how has that experience been?
Between the pre-meds, I don't think everyone wants to like do their best, right? And most people that I've met have been supportive of each other. Like, we can do this together, we'll get through this together. And so that's just always been nice. So it's not, you don't feel the competition like in a person-to-person basis. But when everyone is, that 95 average student and they're all clumped together in that same chemistry classroom, not everyone's going to get a 95 in the exam. So
Yeah.
I think that's one thing to remember. And maybe one of the like competitive aspects is that you're all now 95 average high school students. So who's going to be that 100%? Yeah.
Definitely. It's not against the person, but it's the circumstances. Like, there can only be a handful of students that, have to come on top. So I guess there's that pressure, right? Is it like kind of like then like an almost like an unspoken pressure? Is it kind of just like everyone feels it, but no one can really point fingers at each other?
Yeah. It's because, if everyone is that 95 average in high school, now that average is the average, right? Like, it's
Right.
not, because you're in 95 in high school, you were the top of the class, right? And the average was, let's say, like a 70 or maybe 80 in high school. So now that 95 is that 70 or 80.
Right.
So
Oh my
how
God,
much
yeah.
better do you have to do? So it is sort of that pressure against that average. So how much better can you go than that average? So
Right.
it's not, like you're saying, it's not me versus the student beside me. If you want to really think about it, we're both trying to do our best. We're not like trying to compete against each other and bring each other down, right? But because like, everyone is smart. So, it's against that, I guess. Yeah.
So like, what year for you was the hardest?
I think the hardest year for me was first year, just because that was the first time. It was the first time I've gotten like a 60% on an exam.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like in high school, like it was just, I was like so easy going,
Right.
But it's not the same. I like wrote the exam and I knew I did poorly. Like I was like, that didn't go well. I just knew it.
Right.
Like I couldn't really solve any of the problems and I was just like, I
You
don't
know
what
when
I'm
you
doing.
blew it. Most people know when they blew it. They're never surprised by a 60. When they get the 60
No.
back, they're usually like, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, so I got the 60 and I was like, yeah, that makes sense, as I like shed a tear. I'm like, damn, like I think I just felt really sad about it because I worked so hard. Like I tried
Right.
so hard and I got a 60%. Like it wasn't
Right.
like I didn't study at all and I like, had a party the night before and I bombed the exam. I literally tried so hard and I got a 60%. So I want to like tell myself, it's gonna be okay. You can improve on that, and there are other like assignments and stuff that you can do well on. And if you try again and you get extra help, then you're gonna be okay. Yeah.
So I guess first you're just being caught off by how hard actually things were.
Right, but I don't want to say it like that because that's gonna scare people.
They should be scared. They should be scared.
No.
Yeah. So I guess touching on that, like what are the really cool, like really good parts about university that, high school students need to know about?
So I live close to U of T. I live in Richmond Hill, which is like an hour maybe drive.
Yeah.
But I decided to move on to like residence, and
So
that
statement
was,
to your parents, right? It was just a message to your parents.
no, it wasn't that. But I just wanted to like do my own thing. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah,
think
for
that was
sure.
really important for me to like grow as a person, and it just gave me like that sort of freedom to like even like the little things of like when I want to go eat or when I want to wake up and when I come home, things like that, just little things that honestly like I could do whatever I want at home as well, but there's just a little extra like freedom that I had at university, and I think that was just, it was really nice, and I really like grew as a person, I think, from all those like things that I made by myself, all those decisions. So I think that's like one of the best things I think I did during U of C.
Okay, so very, very, very last question. You know, we're in the COVID era. What are you watching? Whether it's Netflix, Disney, Hulu Crave, what are you watching?
I don't know how to tell you this. I don't watch TV, like...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I
so
watched some...
What are you doing during the COVID era?
I think one of the biggest things for me during COVID was trying to find time away from my computer, because like all like my lectures are online, so I have to watch my lectures, and then all my assignments are online, and I have to make notes that are also online, and it's just like the moment I wake up I turn on my computer, and then when I go to sleep I close my computer, and that's like the whole day I'm just on my computer. And it's like, it's just so tiring to stare at a screen all day, which was not something I experienced like during actual university, right? Because, you know, you're going to classes in person and you're like walking to classes, which I'm not doing anymore. So just trying to like, I've been like painting like a little bit. I got like a paint kit. It was like all cute.
What are you painting with? Oil, or are you painting with like acrylic? What are you painting with?
It's just I'm not an artist.
Okay,
let me just tell you right now. But I wanted to do something a little bit more like hands-on. Like I was just like typing all day, right? So I'm like, let me do something that's more like something I can do actually. So I got like a painting like kit, and it has like a bunch of like little. It has like a whole picture, and it's like cut up into. It's like a paint by numbers kit. Do you know what that is?
Oh, okay. No.
Yeah, so it's like. Do you want me to show you? Maybe that's not.
Yeah, go ahead.
Should I show you?
Oh no. Why?
I don't know.
Why not?
I got this thing.
Oh my God! You made this?
Yeah, but it's like the whole thing is like. The whole thing is like little tiny numbers, and you just kind of fill in the numbers with the paint.
Well, it looks so good.
So yeah. Thank you. It's not, I just filled it in. It's not. No, I didn't really do it.
Well, you know what? All I did was watch Netflix, and that looks way better than that. So at least you have something to show for it. All right. That's it. Thanks for the interview. Do you want to say bye to the people on YouTube?
Oh yeah. All right. Well, I hope everyone liked the video, and that'll be it for today. So please like, comment, and subscribe down below.